Here I go, I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, move it. We making movies, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, movie. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Here we go.
They start on the ground here at Sanders.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going.
Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeau able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hurts.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts.
And this is caught by Watkins. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Now, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Giants with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep here in MetLife Stadium. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. Tay Crowder able to make the play. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And the Eagles with a dime look, 6 DBs on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Up to the 20.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action with Hurts. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. His throw incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Here's Jack Fox now as he's on to punt for New York. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick-6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick-6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they are winners of 2 straight games as they've climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
Ready.
2nd and 9.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
The Giants at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Let's go.
The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll look to throw.
Throw left side, complete to Tony.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Again, he'll drop to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
That flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
Down.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Giants.
Reggie Gilliam
From 4 yards out. And the Giants have taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Gano now, following the touchdown, here to kick it away.
fielded just outside the goal line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Looking to throw on second down.
Hurts. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Second and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. That one goes for 24 yards. On first and 10, it's Sanders. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Second and 5 now. Hurts. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert from 3 yards out. And the Eagles are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Hurts going to keep it again. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Here we go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 9 yards that time.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards, and that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Sanders is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. Well, the big play prior to this one got him down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
Elliott on for the extra point. about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now back to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
He'll look to throw. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Back to throw here. And this throw will be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And no run back here for Slayton, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Down.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Giants on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Ready up.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Blue.
They'll set up to throw. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Eagles defense able to hold. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll get this to about the 38.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Hurts to throw. Touchdown! Devontae Smith from 21 yards away. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Got it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Ready?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now here's the option play going left. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Gets past 1 man. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Throwing is Hurts. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. We're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they get... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Another run here with Sanders. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Red cycle.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Here we go, here we go.
And they will take a knee here. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Eagles, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Giants, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3 and 4 through 7 games. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.
Sound like some superheroes. Some black superheroes. Oh, yeah. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
You need a hero like me. Military mind stated, and I keep in a degree. You can label me a Huey P. Made a martyr out of Martin, out of Malcolm, out of Mega. I refuse to let these dirty devils make Michael a beggar. A hero CEO, I will go Magneto for my people. Give me liberty or death, that is my credo, not my ego. Dressed in a tuxedo, into party, alter ego. Killed your leader in gazebo, did it for the people. Love what motivated, I did not do it for hatred. But I truly hate the devil, I cannot debate or fake it. I was asked a question and the asker thought it hard. If I was facing death and I could ask one thing of God, I would ask for every to be free here and abroad, and to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God, and to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God.
Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Our own kind took nip from us. Money still reading God we trust. Truthfully we envy, so why we so envious? And why our own kind envy us? Pac said it's hard, but we gotta keep our head up. Going even though we know we fed up. It's hell attention, cause we ain't careful where we all pay attention. I need all my real soldiers on the front line, fighting for the right just one time. So unstoppable together at the same time, with the same mind. Yeah, we're gonna be high and always above what's beneath us. So every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
I'm talking bulletproof kind of suit, reflect the struggle that they put us through, with the strength to fight the power like Chuck D do, with the insight to be equal. No, the skies needed a voice that finds reason to multiply people in the streets for the cause. Marching on Washington miners, we'll be walking through walls. Type of superhero show up when ain't no one to call. That'll shield you from them shields that been killing us all. High beams for eyes to peek the villains in the dark. Power of resolution for a war would even start. The knowledge to build and grow where they live and take care of the kids and the older folk. The queen cause they need it most. Politics with the kings about economic growth. Cure PTSD cause mental health ain't a joke. Feed the hungry and dope. Everyone would know everywhere we go.
Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. It's gonna take one of us to save us. It's gonna take love and a lot of trust. We just got to get that faith and know that. Because you got mine, I got your back, I know. It's gonna take one of us to save us. It's gonna take love and a lot of trust. We just got to get that faith and know that. Because you got mine, I got your back, I know. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something by Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stairs to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans, yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
They don't know what they in for. If it coming like this on the intro, what they here for? If they want the heat, you know who to send for your info. Buy my money like Venmo. If this music don't work out, I know how to get it from my ends low. How you feel though? Cause hey, they can't rock with us. Galaxy ain't no stopping us. They ain't try to steal my style. I'm feeling like I just shop it. Can't trust them cause they not my. Cause we worried about getting figures. All my ain't father figures, just know my quick to pop it.
Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go, If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, I'm the best.